So we are on our way to Camp a Drybone, which I believe we need to go that way. Yeah. Can I walk on this? Oh, sick. Parkour, parkour. I'm gonna try to refrain from switching if I see a hunt mark. I'm just gonna keep going. This song is so nice. Dude, imagine when we get this graphic overhaul. Oh my god, there were Oribons. I knew there were Oribons here, dude. Son of a bitch. I don't know if those would count because these are in the clutch, not whatever the other thing was called. Oh, it's raining. All right, once I get down here and attune, I'm actually just going to take like 60 seconds because it was cold, and then I put on socks, sweats, and a sweatshirt, and now it is not. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we've attuned. We're gonna talk to Isambard. We were sent here, so let's do a little recap. So to recap, some of the last stuff that we were getting into is we met with Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We talked to Minfilia. She explained to us stuff about the Echo, the Primals, the Calamity, the Warriors of Light. The secret code was Wild Rose. We talked to Thancred. There's a conspiracy here. Amija and Sons, mineral concern. There's something going down. They requested help. We're now the lead investigators. We come here to talk to Isambard, and here we go. I am Isambard, here to search for the missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are, at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Let's get right to it then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by the Amalja hands, and the flames burn where they might. But their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama Landama, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. And these poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure the remains? I think I'm going the right way. Nope. Oh, that's right. Secure the remains. This is over here, actually. I'm getting ahead of myself. 3. And now, do we go back to Isambard, or do we do? Okay. I'm not sure if we go straight to the chapel. It is good to see you returned. We're able to secure the remains of our fallen. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, their souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day, I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. So there were Amalja remaining. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed. But I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. Transformers? The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this, but whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings, to all forbid it so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else, and I'd wager he's at the inn right now quaffing away the day's earnings. I'll write a note to show him. Oh, Ungust, old boy. Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What the seven hells do you want with me now? Dear friend, missing people, yours, Isambard. Folk around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before without all the disappearances. You can talk to him yourself if you don't believe me. I actually can't wait to get past this sort of section in Drybone, because this is where we left off last time, and then I'll feel like we're actually making some progress here. Oh, I went to the wrong place. Is it down here? What's over here? Once again, getting ahead of myself. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. I actually do. There's nothing. Drybone's got its, what's the word? Its charm. Welcome back. Have you learned aught of import? I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. So now we head to the chapel. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than the Church of Saint Adama Landama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here, and so long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse. A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marquez. Marquez. Marcus? Man, this rain, though. The Sahara's quacking. I am Marquez, yes. A body, of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. May they all walk in Thom's realm. Missing people, I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orson can. She's been kind to me. Everyone's been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You will find Sister Orson within the church walls. I hear you have done us the service of bearing a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you see him next. You seek knowledge of missing Drybone inhabitants. It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the Order. I confide in them, and they in me. And when they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I'll be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marquez would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. The scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marquez, and soon. Kalima. That's what that person's name reminded me of. Imagine if you could purchase flying on the online store for your alts. Just run through ARR with flying. But I mean, at that point, I guess you could just story skip. Never mind. Thank you. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. We're able to learn aught of the missing common folk. Been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I too spoke with Ungust, more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good Sister Orson herself? Orson, she wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend. You would be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Still, the Leech Keeper Marquez. I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Sister Orson, it cannot be, though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, and it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children, but it cannot be she, could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of, and pray seek out the boy and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orson's activities. We gotta go way up north. Somebody come get him. He's running everywhere. Hey, we're up to 10K. Let's go. I think we have retainers now too. I should put some stuff up for sale. Are these all bound? They are not. But there are market prohibited. Alright, we're gonna go north. Let's go this way. I think it's safer to go this way. Less aggressive monsters. Coloring on that creature is nice. Hey, there's a merchant and vendor here? Wait, I've never seen this. Oh, that's not an actual cave. Okay. Uncombed urchin. Please help. Sister Orson went all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it, but what if the monsters outside heard her? Then that would be the maximum. Getting wrecked. You are the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child. Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given by him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. We gotta go back to Drybone. I'm just gonna teleport. That rain is adding such an extra layer. Sister Orson was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. God's forfend. I'll secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. And searching for the mementos of orphans and risking her own well-being in the doing no less? Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. I mean, I don't disagree with you, my dude. I am well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Orson. It seems she received greater injuries from her attackers than she initially let on, and thankfully, she's expected to make a full recovery. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he will be waiting at the Amalja encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. Oh, we need to re-up food. Let's put an hour on. Oh, meat and meat as well. Nice. Is anybody on? Hello. Thanks. We're still having the box up. Oh, did I put Liza? Oh my god. That finger already. Ah, there you are. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about good Sister Orson. Isambar said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Orson near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but well, let us say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Asteroid. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? You little shit, Thancred. Okay, I was afraid of that. I was like, is he gonna aggro? No. We have a queer leaflet and no sprint. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? You don't want to know. This leaflet. See the wealth of knowledge to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nald Thal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray take this to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let us see what Sister Orson makes of it. Imagine I was so lazy I fucking teleported from here. Actually, it would have been faster for sure. Never mind. My savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the Order. Of that, I can assure you. And come to think of it, weeks ago, the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the Order to deceive the people? The plot thickens. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There is no doubt an irony in this somewhere, but I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this, and for now, tell Isambard what we've learned here today. Posing as a priest? These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, and I shall keep my eyes and ears open now more than ever. In a second, when we gotta do the thing instance thing, does anybody want to help? I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them, but unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Asteroid and me serve by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in a battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops would serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Asteroid. So as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Like I'm just staring off into the distance. I think it was also the pants, right? Yeah. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. Your mortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone. I preach the teachings of Azima, the warden. Hast thou come to partake the honey of her wisdom? Azima is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. Now I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. Greetings, good sir. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. What a bitch! What a bitch! Oh, was there one more? Oh, it's above. That's right. That's actually the NPC I was going to earlier, and I said I got ahead of myself. I think this one's an asshole too. What is it? God, it's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? Slap. Slap. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Asteroid. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond. Yeah, we know. Oh, you're fine. To the east of here, the eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. We're getting to the good bits. I was going to ask if you could help with the fight that is coming. If you would not mind healing thine arse. Repair and mend thine arse. I should make a video like that on YouTube. Be like, after spending a day with the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Pray tell, can you help repair and mend thine arse? A fine evening for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, Asteroid. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for our quarry to appear. Ooh, you poor unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. And who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Nald Thal, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of whatever. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungust. What? How did you know? You bastards tricked me. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar. Raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand amongst them. Few as they were, everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew. And so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for... Okay. I just have a little trouble with the dialogue because it's like now homie's like, anyways. First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to learn the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence. You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak. Good. What did you say? Yes, Castellani! Please, if you're on the phone, please tell her that I did that. The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see even a fraction of what the Amalja pay me. You sacrificed innocence so that you could line your own pockets. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves or the gods. Ugh, not you again. Were you the only one leaking the Immortal Flames patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that, I swear it. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth. But no matter, there'll be a time enough to learn the truth. Little bitch Ungus. Be a good man and take word of these developments to Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. And just in case anybody needs a reminder, when it comes to Minfilia, we will Bateron, Nedard, Minfilia, Severin, and that's the list so far. We do not. If they don't have voice lines, you can just read. All right, we're going to go meet Mutamix. Enhancing equipment, so we're going to learn materia. Central Thanalan. I was not keeping track. Oh no, it's right here. Okay, good. There is a timer for the recording. So we're 30 minutes in. Got it. I was like, I was not keeping track of when I hit record. We will take hourly breaks. Add Mutamix to the list. Add Mutamix's whole crew to the list. deliver this back to Minfilia, this materia-infused dagger. Ooh, daytime. We get music. Oh, we're also gonna pick this. Should I get this? No. Well, maybe. I don't think we'll need Holotolly. Like, we can probably just keep doing MSQ, so. Alright, we're going to talk about our next mission. It appears that Thancred was able to get some information out of Ungust. He reveals that he was due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will represent an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions. And as the Amalja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support, the Scions. Thancred is presently attending another battle, but will join us as soon as he can, and until he does, I will be the representative on the ground. And before he left, he told me to tell you, save some for him. Alright, now we're gonna head to Camp Drybone. Ah, your asteroid vestige of the Scions. My thanks for coming. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The Lizardmen aren't aware that their man Ungust has been exposed, and when they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City, so please make your way there and lie await. We stand... Okay, we know that, dude. We're getting closer to Ifrit. Actually, real quick, want to just check because I've been recording a bunch of stuff. I just need to see how much space I have left. Oh, we got... Man, I just have like 2 terabytes on that, 500 gigs on that. We're good. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good. We make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Yes, sir. What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the immortal flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Do you not wonder how I managed it? It was almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Aye, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. God, this is loud. So loud. Why so loud? That's it. I don't think there's any more reinforcements. Get interrupted and stunned. But this bro just keeps casting fire. I don't know how loud that is on stream, but holy moly. In my headset? Shit is ridiculous. Put up your weapon, or your comrade's a dead man. Behind you! Damn. Bring him. The rest of you, march! I fear the Amalja mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death, with steel in hand. Alright, if anybody in chat wants to help with Bowl of Embers, let me know. Going once, twice. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. I wonder if I can turn stuff in. Oh, you know what? No, because I haven't chosen a grand company yet. Son of... Alright, we can go sell stuff. Wait, we haven't even hired retainers. Okay, let's hire retainers real fast. We're gonna hire a retainer. We're gonna customize. Oh, it's gonna take me out of queue. We're gonna say no. Yeah, it's gonna take me out of queue. We'll wait around here. I can go work on hunt stuff. Oh, Western Lenasia. Wait, this is in Quarterstone. Yeah, let's go here. What animal is this? The fat dodos? Okay, they're up here. All right, next up we got a ton of Buccaneers up here. Way up to food. We've got our earring on. Good. See, and we're gonna hit level 30. We really didn't need all the novice stuff. I mean, I highly recommend it for people who are new to the game to just learn the ins and outs of your role, but it's not necessary if you've already done this. It's 4 of those. Skull Valley, Skull Valley, Skull Valley, and Oakwood. Okay, so Skull Valley's right there. Where is Oakwood? That must not, hang on. That must not be, that's Upper Lena. Okay. Oh, we got a ways to travel. Hey, there's Dark Helmet again, little cutie pie. I say as he would wreck my ass. Hey, bless. Blessings on blessings. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Deliver us from misery. Almighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. Almighty Ifrit, we bring before you, you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame and mark them as your own. Bloody hells! Bring those two as well. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the right of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. Spare me, I beg you. Now fuck you, Ungist. Pitiful children of man. Be my breath, I claim you. Oh, by my breath. Okay, anyways. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. The tempering. Impossible. By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Could it be your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art of the godless blessed's number, the paragons warned of thine aberrant kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. Oh, it's going down. I know that does nothing, but I still want to kick him in the face. Pray forgive my lateness. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalja zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives, no less than I'd expect from the Flame General's handpicked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would have never left you to face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we? This way, sir. So that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking old Dawn interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective, yet I find that I am troubled by that adventure's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. It's a little odd. They should let you out and then do the cutscene. It's a little odd because now you're back in the ring and come on, bruh. But I get it. Oh, there's a lot of dead people. Ah, there you are, Asteroid. Come, rest a while. You have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Umaja will be less inclined to risk our wrath, for a time at least. Now, where were we? Yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds, for once a man is tempered. But it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. People keep saying that. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax, and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. feel like we're gonna have some Minfilia dialogue coming up, so prepare to read. I'll give Cliff Notes. Wonder why they call him Cliff Notes. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred tells us the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. She is most eager to see you. My late arrival nearly cost Asteroid his life, bro. I wasn't there when the Amalja took him prisoner, and I wasn't there when they served him to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle he survived. That does not excuse the fact that he should never have to face such dangers alone. I failed him utterly, just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done. It goes so good to see you. Impeccable timing, my friend. I just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred told me everything. You've done well to return. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear. And now we can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal, Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Olda. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania of late. I dare say, you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume aether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more aether they require. Aether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. This alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of aether. Crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal, which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of aether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon toward which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful the god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet even as Ifrit took your comrades in this thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not why Sorry, I'm trying to like read and think. Hello, time. I was like, do I say hello now or do I wait? Dash is here. How'd you sleep? How'd you rest? How do you feel? We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feelings is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you do not need concern yourself with that. You may rest for a time. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who befell Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Is this the slow walk? Every time, bro. Every time. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I am sorry to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, This information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal, whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we scions continue our fight. That no more innocence need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us. You overslept for waking up, the Emperor. Glad our power is stable now. Yeah. So was it like somebody working on the stuff outside? Was it a storm? But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. What if you got a Scion tattoo? Like, would anybody get a purple Scion tattoo on their neck? Gods forgive me. How many more lives? Louis Sois would never have allowed this to happen. I have to be stronger. How was streaming last night, Time? Alright, we're not gonna speak, we're just gonna read. We're reading her dialogue. Jeez, not all three of them. I like how the Limsa dude is just straight to the point. Tataru. Stream Mom Shaughnessy. Creeping closer to 5 full years of friendship. Oh my gosh. How are you doing? Thank you so much for 52 months. I love your face. I freaking miss you. We had a bad storm yesterday. Power flickered during it. Then we went out for like 40 minutes. Came back on. Was fine for about 3 hours. Then we went out during my stream because I guess they were fixing power lines for others. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the raid though so much. Absolutely. I'm sorry about all that's going on with the storm and stuff though. The order? Oh, I'm not reading this. That's right. How you doing, Shaughnessy? How's the kiddo? How's summer vacation? I think I'm gonna go Hold on. I'm gonna go Immortal Flames. I get it for living in an area with trees. We love trees. Where I plan to move to in the northeast region of the States, it's gonna be literally in the middle of nowhere. And but thankfully the internet's already set up there. They have Starlink, which is internet through satellite through Elon Musk's company. Miss you too, kiddo is amazing. Summer vacation is almost over, and I'm getting divorced, which is not something I'm sharing widely yet. Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, you guys are... It's like bittersweet. It's like we're honored that you shared it with us, but also, god damn it. I'm glad to hear the kiddo's doing good, though. Is he taller than you yet? All right. Do we have to? I think we have to actually tour the 3 city-states again before we can make a decision. I wish you could just make the decision right away. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, it goes hand in hand, the signs of the Seventh Dawn and the Grand Companies. And MSQ wise, she just gave us the link shell so that we can communicate. So now we have the link shell. He's been talking to me for months. He's 2 inches shy of 6 feet. Oh my god. I feel so fucking old every time we talk about the Kinook. It makes me feel so old, dude. That is insane. He freaking sprouted. You still got the, you still have the mom emote. I think it's one of the first emotes I ever made. Gotta redo it. We gotta make that mom lettering thicker. We need them thickums. Loves pointing out that he's a sophomore now. We gotta talk with Tatru. Okay. My god, dude, he's a sophomore. I am fucking old. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. And next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally, if necessary. Anyway, I expected you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan. Okay, so basically we're going to go to each city-state again. And we're going to meet with all the people. So we're going to meet with Connie Senna in Gridania, Rauban in Olda, and Merlwib in Limsa. And we're going to go... We're going to go to Olda last because I absolutely love Rauban's speech, man. All right, so we're going to do Gridania first because that is my least favorite. Do the correct order? Negative. I'm going from least favorite to absolutely chosen, which is Gridania, then Limsa, then Olda. I really one day want to play, because I know Shaughnessy loves MMOs. Like Shaughnessy plays or played or plays still the Lord of the Rings online. I feel like you would love this game, and I say it every single time. And we're going to be going into some cutscenes, so just out of respect for anybody that's like watching in the future and stuff, we're gonna try not to talk too much, and I'll catch up with everybody after.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seed Seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, Our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on the
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
Follow
forest.
the elementals! If you'll permit me, Alfino. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and wont to summon their bloodthirsty primal, Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the it's because Dash is here. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense, and as for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelves Wood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood and thereby the power of the elementals will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Outer will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Okay. Yeah, I don't know the disdain for his voice yet, but I'm going to learn. I'm also people are trying to convince me that I won't hate Urianger later on, but I don't see it. Scythe is probably already gone. I hope you enjoy and have a good time. We're gonna head to Limsa. Actually, let me see which Grand Company is aligned with the FC I'm in, because then I can do actions and seals at the same place. It should be under info, right? Maelstrom. Okay, so we're actually gonna go to we're gonna do the legit order, and we're gonna go to Olda. Damn it. Alright, I think it's Chamber of Roll. Yay! Where's Chamber of Roll? Today's Tuesday, right? Did you guys still want to do stuff tomorrow? Like a deep dungeon or something? It is Tuesday. Just depends on when Sonny gets home. Oh, that's my boy.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamo herself.
And Roban as well.
That's my dude.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Uldar!
He speaks of Uldar! Fuck, man, I love this speech so much. like a,
There,
I don't understand
the Flame
what.
General's back flies the Grand Company's
I fucking
standard.
love Uldar, dude.
Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus,
Yeah, the entire fucking planet is still paying back the debt to Uldar, bro. Like, how badass.
So that's how it happened. How soon history
We
forgets.
learned for the first time that we attuned to an Aetheryte in this playthrough that the reason why you pay Gil every time you still have to use return and teleport and all that stuff is because you're paying off the debt to Uldar, bro. Fucking love this city.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you, line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people.
Ja, for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Rauban?
This is me and Momo, by the way. Also, hi, Rocket.
People of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn!
Nah, man. Anybody who says that is not the greatest speech of the three,
Forsooth, the time is now!
you could take a Moogle up the butt.
You again.
The Old Dons have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Old Dons do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Old Da has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Old Dons send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought— oh my god, my phone— is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition, and small wonder then that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. Oh, I plan to on my main, actually. I keep seeing the title. Well, on my main right now, I'm working on the 500 Battle Leaf quest Lord Protector title. So after that, I can do the postcard stuff. Alright, here we go. Freaking Merlwyb's speech, yay. You get a hat? Oh, you get a hat for the postcard stuff? I have a lot of hats. How cool is the hat, though? Honestly. Wait, no. The speech thing is over that way. It's a post-Moogle hat? I probably won't ever use it, but I'll do it because it's something that needs to be done. Just because there's still so much to do in the game.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel,
Shit, I've been trying to stay quiet.
Undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of
No,
the
you're
Galadian
fine.
all those centuries
You're
ago?
like, okay, Alfie, pop
Shall
off.
we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Ha! Where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
Just for Greasy.
Fancy meeting you again.
So I'm assuming Greasy is a fan of Limsa, huh? I'm gonna channel my 1.0 Alfie. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Liminsa is plagued by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Liminson's backyard. And that is to say not of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions. And while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Leminsons are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. But will you sail with the Admiral? All right, let me get your ratings. How was it? Was it enough, bitch boy? Does it need more, bitch boy? He's the reason we AFK in grid. I'm a fan of Monk. That's totally fair. That's shit. What? Look. Wait a second. As a professional bitch boy, I think you need a little more. Fuck. Oh god. Okay, and then this is my Minfilia, okay? Asteroid, this is Minfilia. You are okay, no, I can't I'm hearing the clip and I don't want to get clipped again. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service is now closed? No, I don't want to get clipped again. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted. Though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. All right, I hope that was sufficient. Pray return. The two most hated words in my dictionary now. Forgot to get some on Zane. I honestly don't know where they come from. They just always happen to be in my inventory. Like I don't know where they come from. I don't know. They're probably, honestly, it's probably from the MSQ reward, but I'm just so like over Minfilia at this stage in the story that I just don't even pay attention to the rewards. I just hit continue. Welcome back, Asteroid. Were the Grand Company leaders' world as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Asteroid. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. And by the way, no shade to the voice actor. I'm sure that they were directed to be like, say it like this, because this just got awful.
Company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, as though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies.
I'm just gonna quickly interject and say that these two give me the kid vibes from Willy Wonka, especially Alize. She feels like the bubblegum girl or the I want it now. Yeah, exactly.
Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None.
The Veruca, yeah. Veruca's that's the one, right? She's like, it's mine, Daddy. How come you haven't found it yet? I
suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity?
Than the Calamity?
No, dear Alizé.
Sorry.
They haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There
I do
must
not,
be another
time.
way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you.
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all.
Is it really? It's a painful. A verruca is a painful wart on the bottom of your foot, and it's contagious. Wow. I would say that that's harsh for a kid, but no, she deserves that.
The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
The wart is spelled verruca. Her name is spelled with one less R. Get wrecked. All right, we're gonna go. Oh right, we gotta go Maelstrom because that's where the FC is. All right, now I gotta go to Limsa. I think where we stopped on the last alt, my bunny boy, was we just got the first mission from the Grand Company, I believe, and then got like properly inducted, and then went from Limsa to, or sorry, from Olda to Gridania, and then had to talk to an envoy from Gridania. So we're starting to move into the Sylph territory. So we're getting there. We're almost to the point where I will actually start to feel progress, because right now this is all just, other than really paying the most attention that I ever have to the story, just feels very autonomous. But it's only day 2. My name is Asteroid Vestige. I believe you are expecting me. We've received a report from a lookout in Lower Lanasia. Imperial forces have fired upon a Highwind Skyway ship. The vessel is in bad way and appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. We have no troops in that area. The bulk of our infantry is bogged down on the coast, skirmishing with the fishbacks. This is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty in the service of the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. If our man in Lower Lanasia is correct, the airships will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts, and if there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Garleans do. Make haste to Cedarwood. Okay, and we're gonna go there. Oh, I never went to Costa del Sol. Damn it. Costa. Dum, just realized. What did you just realize? The soul of the coast. The sunny shores. Yep, exactly. You get it. Also, apparently Costa del Sol is a location, or it's something from Final Fantasy VII. Because I was on YouTube and I saw FF7 and it said Costa del Sol and it was like a song and I was like, okay. Of course it is, right? Yeah, thank you. Of fucking course it is. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We got some FF8 songs in the Eden's raids. It's oh fucking K. I am mahusive. Like this poor chocobo. Oh, I do? Ah, bless. Blessed be thy references. I can't wait, honestly. Thank you. You know what? And that's why Yoshi P is the GOAT in my eyes, because Mans was like, you know what? This 28th anniversary remake was kind of garbage. Let's go ahead and give the proper flowers to FF8. You know what I'm saying? No, that's, I don't know if I could, honestly, I don't know if I would change anything in regards to that, because Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, Ghouls and Goblins, Hexen, Doom, like there's so many like games that were like my first introduction to video games. Like, god damn, them shits were fire. Never understood me, but the Eden Raids are a direct plot reference to it. Also, so not just the music. You know, good shit coming. I'm so fucking excited, dude. I'm probably gonna cry the most just at the FF8 references. I'm just letting you know right now, because every day is just more pain. Like, come on, Square. Man, the name colors you have for enemies and shit are weird to me. Sorry. Are they? It's your favorite raid story? I love that. What are you talking about? They're red. They should be red. They're enemies. And then when they're activated or aggroed, they're a deeper shade of red. Like that's blood orange. Now it's red. This is how I played on FF11. FF11 had a very interesting UI and HUD. We'll say that. Which makes me happy when I go back and just real quick, it makes me happy when I go back and watch like scenes from 1.0 in Final Fantasy XIV, because it basically looked like FF11 and I was like, this is super nostalgic and familiar. You dumb fuck. Okay, it's a okay, you're lucky. Was that my fault? An adventure? What are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. This is Biggs, right? Maelstrom Command sent you. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Be at ease, sir. We are of the Maelstrom. You're a Garland Ironworks engineer, yes? One of our lookouts reported the attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. You must be Vestige. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Scouting party from Castrum Occidens. Seems they want your ship, engineer. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? Isn't that the new design people have been whispering about? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland. Well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Alright, pay attention. We're gonna hit these Imperials hard and fast. They want a souvenir from Eorzea. They can have a knife in the gut, but they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save the Lalafell. What say you, Vestige? Ready to give those curs a hiding? Like a tidal wave, lads, charge! Am I getting lag? Why do I feel like I'm getting lag? My abilities are just like slow. Maybe I just haven't been in combat in a while. Protect the Conjurer. I don't have another stun. Why are you standing there? Oh my god. Oh my god. Biggs. Oh, that was him calling Biggs. Okay, Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So, how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. Vestige, you're free to return to Maelstrom Command and complete your introduction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. I just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads here, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge! Thank you. We're very grateful. Okay, back to Maelstrom Command. As soon as we load into Limsa, we're going to take a quick break because... actually, no. Yeah, because we just hit 2 hours. So, let's take a quick break, and then we will continue. It is 6 o'clock. Okay, cool. So, yeah, we'll be back in a jiff. Hydrate, stretch, bathroom, water, all the good stuff. See you in a sec.